David, and I got Firebug, and I got William, and we are playing the Tomb of Annihilation in D&D 5th Edition. And where we last left off, our party had just, after sunbreak, been, had seen land ahead. And that's where we took our break, and that's where we'll pick it up tonight. So, do we have any questions before we jump into it? All right. So, you had traveled through the night and were able to spot the ambush of the Narisi subjects, the cannibals laying in wait, and decimate, destroyed, terrorized them out of hiding, and they took off. After stopping to grab some loot and such, the boat has continued onward down the river, and you have come to Camp Righteous. Now, I believe I have put everyone on the Camp Righteous map here. Okay, so first off, I'll say as you come along shore, here's where you would put your boats. And why don't we go ahead and get some perception tests? Who's paying attention and how well?
I will also, in the minute before, like as we're approaching, reach out to my primeval awareness
Okay.
and blow a spell slot. And I will call out for undead and search. That will be the specific, like, is there undead within a mile?
Right. Yep. I want to make
23
sure.
perception for the professor.
Nice. He's paying attention, and he knows. I'm going to get into some other questions or other roles once we get a little further along here.
I will have the lunatic aid me.
All right. Well, first we'll start with you see that along the north of the camp is ridge, which along this ridge, is built a very large statue. You can see in the picture there, I believe, the map. The perspective you see there looks like a man with a crocodile on his back. You see between the feet here seems to be some sort of entrance. Speaking up, Annette would say that is where the temple is. I need to get inside.
I rolled a 6, and it's probably because I'm quietly asking somebody about the finer points of what is up with that statue
Oh yeah.
and not paying real close attention to this round.
All right, with a 15 plus, we see. I got a 7. We waiting on.
Ro can save us. Although the 15th.
The professor's paying attention, definitely.
Oh, right, 23. Professor.
There are some obvious pieces, and there are some other pieces that carry onward. We'll see to the left of the statue. In here.
What was the perception, right?
Yes, perception.
Sorry, I didn't talk over you there.
There seems to be some sort of fencing or pen there with your 15. 20. Yes, alright. So at the 10 plus, we see obvious that there's some sort of bird over here. There's some
Hmm.
larger animal, wild animal, and other than that, there seems to be no sign of life. There is something that I wanted to reply to. Just a moment. Where is that? Make sure I'm remembering correctly for your primeval awareness.
Am I
Within
looking at?
5 miles.
Am I looking at the same map as everybody else with the cutout in the corner with the little statue, or
Yes.
Yeah.
do I need to go to a different map somehow?
Nope, this is where we're at.
Where did you say the bird was? Oh, that thing.
Which
Awesome,
also,
thank you.
this cutout picture over here, you can kind of see a little easier without the grid lines. It's like a pen.
Where are we?
You would be pulling up in here now, and I believe you can grab your tokens and pull them out. Although if you need me to, I think I can do that as well.
Okay, so we're all still in the boat. Thank you.
Yep. So this is all on the boat here, up at the water and approaching, and you have that piece. Okay. Now if we go to let me move the map for a moment. This is the larger map. Do we see that map? Probably loading.
Yeah.
It's heavily detailed and takes a moment. Okay, so I'm attempting to answer your question, Thomas. For primeval awareness, it's for actually I think it's like the UA says 5 miles, but I'm not sure which one we're on here. But there is a distance there.
Yeah.
So for these hexes are. I mean, you have your scale in the bottom corner. One hex is 10 miles.
Okay.
Okay. And so you're in the hex, and so we're talking about what's in the hex.
Right. The inside concentric.
Alright, so to put us back here, you do catch that to what would be the east, that there is groups of undead. There seem to be small groups. They're further than 2 miles out.
Okay.
To,
Nothing close.
across the river on the other side, and out further. Okay. And
Wait, did you mean the west? Because the river on the map is on the west side.
That's how it's laid. Oh, it is on the river's on the west. Let me take a look. Yes, I'm sorry.
I was like, wait.
So it is to the east that you sense them, but it is in the distance, right? We
Right.
know that there are some in the area, but nothing really close that you catch from there.
Okay. Well, I'll just roll my eyes at the lunatic and was like, fine, call it a draw. They didn't all get turned to zombies, but they're definitely all dead. That's moot.
Gives you the crazy eyes, right back at you. So we'll go ahead and use these boats as kind of a marker of where you've moored up. And let's see, where is this at?
If everybody's out,
Azaka would step forward and say, we should search and clear the camp before we consider it safe.
yeah, count the perimeter. I'll leave the boat up for now in case we need a quick out.
Okay. So Azaka, dips, pulls a short sword and goes into the tents, into the tent to go search. From there, I would ask, Wayne, what are you doing?
The same thing, but the other direction, keeping line of sight with the party, but moving stealthily, bow out, hood up.
Okay.
Uh, I've got the bow in one hand and the staff of bird calls in the other.
Okay. A bow and a staff.
And I'm specifically looking for tracks, like figuring out what happened. Like, did everybody run into the forest? Were bodies dragged away?
Yeah.
Did attackers come in?
So you're gonna head around this direction here, to this, to the south in this counterclockwise direction. Assume the lunatic will pair up with you there, probably. And
Uh, we'll have him. I'll signal for him to just stay central.
yeah. And what about you, Fire?
Fire and Algin are just gonna hang out here and just keep an eye on everybody and see what's going on.
Okay.
Kind of like preparing an action.
Gotcha. Not at ease. The professor. Now, you had some excellent spot checks there, so we get kind of a layout here. There's some command tents, there's some soldier tents, a burned out shrine, clearly an animal pen. Anything you want to go check out yourself?
We've clocked that bird?
No.
Okay. No? Okay.
Oh, you did, I think, but we.
Yeah, on a 10 plus, we saw the bird, but several of you didn't.
Okay. Is that the only life form in sight?
Correct.
Everything else looks just wrecked and is a brand new graveyard, right?
Yeah. Well, it looks kind of like a recent graveyard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the picture shows fires and smoke, but I think
Right.
it's more thematic because that's where a fire would be, but it is long burned out.
Since the group is, pardon me, since the group is well taken care of and can mostly fend for themselves, me and Cliff are gonna go check on that bird.
Okay. So you head to the bird, and you can give me a nature or something related, maybe. Tell me
Nature or something.
maybe a history if the bird stands out in your history
Let's see.
here. I don't know, something
I'll
relevant.
go with nature. I'm good at nature.
Let's do that.
25.
Okay, so
I rolled well.
as you approach, you recognize that this was a pen that was for holding pigs, swine, probably some kind of food,
Mm-hmm.
and that those are long gone. But there is currently a fledgling axebeak in there,
Okay.
and
Does it?
as you approach, it like runs in circles and bounces off the fence and runs the other side and bounces off the fence. It seems to be stuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it look trapped?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a gate?
Yes, there is a spot, a gate that you can open.
What side? Like north, south, east, west on the map? Is it the
It
one on
would
the west here?
be on
The one that's on the picture?
right there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Um how uh desiccated does this thing look? Does it look like it's starved to death or
No, it looks like a a healthy, very young Axbeak. You know, like it were at worst it might, leave a scuff on your shoe. It's not something to be afraid of,
okay.
right?
I'm
It's
going
little.
to I'm gonna let it out.
Okay. And you go to let it out. Um, the gate will creaks open, gives way in your hand, and do you want to try some animal handling?
Yeah, just in a like we mean you no harm, do it be free,
Okay.
young fledgling kind of I'm not trying to obtain a pet.
Right. Yeah, go ahead and give me some
Uh
animal handle.
17.
Okay. It eyes you cautiously, and you open the gate and step away and kind of like nod and follow its body language a little bit, and step away and turn the other direction, and it slowly gets to the gate, and then once it gets to the gate, it runs off here to the north, and you hear some happy squawks out of it as it runs off into the distance.
I turn and no.
I I shoot it in the head.
I just fire at the noise. No, that's not
I
not that high strung.
I now shut, and if there's a lock the gate so that this doesn't happen again.
Gotcha. Well, there you go. So the pen is closed and it is gone. I will go to Roken. What are you doing there?
I'm gonna check out this tent here.
Okay.
Also, is this fire actually going, or is it
No, it's not.
like
They're all long burned out. You can see that
cool?
that's where there was a campsite, a campfire, and then also.
So I'm specifically looking. Oh,
This looks like a building that's partially burned, and yes, we see smoke, but there's nothing. There's no activity here.
okay. So I'm going in specifically looking for anything shiny, anything valuable that's not too heavy. And that's my main goal coming in here. What's in there? You're muted, I think. Or I can't hear you.
Ha! I was. So you could give me an investigation to try to set the scene there, or maybe a spot just to see
Yeah.
if something stands out.
Oh no. Not much is my guess. Investigation, you say?
Fuck, help.
Oh, could my fox help me with this investigation? Yes,
Oh, it could. It's good at that.
I think.
It's extra good at that.
Maybe you're just helping your fox.
I do have a good modifier though. I got a plus 9 to that, so I got a 14.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a shit roll.
All right. So what do you put together here? It looks like what you see here is a nicer tent. It's larger and has more space, and it has some better bedding and furniture into it. And you would assume that this is probably a command tent or, someone in charge.
Excellent.
Here. Having taken a look around, though, it looks like it has been already stripped of everything of value. And why don't you roll me a d6?
Got a dope.
All
Two.
right. So, arriving, looking through the whole piece, all what you do find is a bag of 10 silver.
I'll take it.
Ta-da! And how about Chippy and Alex there?
All right, so it looks like we got folks going both sides. Some going left, some going right.
Mhm.
Um, uh, so Alex, I forgot her name. My character, one of them, is gonna turn invisible, and because of that action, there's only one move, right, which is a 30-foot fly. So I guess presuming from the boat, so that way, I guess.
All right. Towards these other
Who are
tents
those?
here.
Who are those two people there?
That's the professor and
Oh, by the axe
Lisa's
beak, of
tent.
course.
And then
Okay,
Azaka
and then
went into the first tent here.
I'm sorry, she's gonna stay visible. No, yeah, better go invisible, and she's gonna just try and be stealthy. So if anybody happened to be looking to eat a pixie, and then how do I pull out my token thing? You said that it's possible for us to do it.
Yes, if
Uh,
you click on the journal, it looks like a little document or a newspaper tab where your character
right.
sheets are.
Okay.
If you click on your name and then drag your name onto the map.
Right. And then I guess Chippy's gonna just stay by the boat for the moment, and then
For some reason,
so
those
Alex
pictures
was.
didn't show for me. Looks like two little people, generic peoples. Did I do that?
You see Alex? Yeah, Chippy. For whatever reason, the graphic isn't loading right now. So
Okay.
all I see is a profile.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But if you
Wow.
grab Alex is also in there, and if you grab it, hers is loading correctly. So I put it right next to you.
So Chippy's gonna cast jump on himself. Why not?
Yeah. He's getting ready. He's getting hoppy.
And I guess that's it for right now.
All right. Post it up next to Lunatic. So to resolve the scene here, you split off in different directions. Wayne, you gave me that survival roll. I think that was a 15.
That was a stealth. I haven't done the survival yet. Let me get you that.
Gotcha.
And unless this is undead, I don't have advantage or anything.
You have
But 13.
advantage.
Oh. Then roll it again.
Still.
Worse.
13.
So 13. Man, single digits only for Wayne.
There
So
was a battle. You see what clearly is these, like, heavy, armored footsteps, you see like both some of the plate and some of the other pieces. So it looks like knights fought what you put together to be undead that had swarmed. A lot of them had swarmed in from
See here
the
that
east.
it's only half a footprint, but it's not because it didn't go. It set well. It's because only half the foot was there.
Right.
Oh,
And you also pick up that it's some of these footprints are like weeks old. And while there has been like a light rain, nothing and and that misting, nothing has displaced them as of yet. These were pretty deep set. So there's fighting in the mud. It looks like
So
they
it
were
would have been the last.
overwhelmed by undead about a month ago.
Would have been during that last rainstorm right before we left. That big rain that delayed us by a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's back there a bit. Although I think you're now like 6 days out, 7 days out. Yeah, day 6. Anyway, so no, it was
Forever.
longer than that, right? This is several weeks. Several weeks.
Okay, that storm didn't hit this part of whatever.
And
Is this Camp Righteous?
this is Camp
Yeah.
Righteous, yeah. And there you see, right, Roken was at the command tents, but here, when we see these soldiers' tents here, and here. And as Wayne was making this path to the south here, I don't know why it won't click for me. Yeah, like around that way. You get to
Doing the
this building here, and it seems like there was a partially built shrine that is now burned down.
Okay. Do I recognize immediately any of the tokens or iconography?
You can give me a spot check and take a look around. Perception.
Yeah, only a cursory look. I'd actually just use my passive perception. I'm not really taking a close look.
What's your passive?
So that's just 14.
So you do notice that there is a holy symbol of Torm.
Okay.
Still hanging on from a peg on the wall.
Well, don't touch anything.
Apparently
I'm
out
doing
of
the.
flames reach. You can see
Alright.
the pile of building materials next to it, and it looks like some lamps were knocked over. As far as you put together.
Did I get a sense of type of undead? I mean, were they wearing?
Were mostly humanoid footprints, barefoot.
Okay.
Not all of them, but many of them.
All right. A lot of one shoe.
A lot of no shoes. Okay. A lot of
right.
No shoes.
That's really how you tell the sentient undead. They got good shoes.
Always gotta check the shoes.
Right? You're no zombie. Those are new boots. Yeah, I touch nothing. I'm just doing the perimeter sweep, moving quickly and stealthily.
All right.
Checking for enemies.
Yep.
If there's any tracks of do I see like any clots of like one or two knights or anything that might have gotten away? I guess that's the other thing I'm checking for on the perimeter is if there might be survivors.
Well, taking a look around, it looks like it was a big enough swarm to come from like. It's not like it was a stream poured in through like a breach in the wall, because there's no walls. It was from all directions. If anyone made it away, it would have been into the water. Or
all right.
The way.
All right then. Well, then I will then just before I turn the corner and go kind of like up those up the plateau there or around there and get like too far from the group, I'll just like signal to Broken, like, hey, don't forget to check that temple for traps.
Yeah. That seems like a prime location. Certainly.
Okay, and Thomas, can you give me a d6?
One.
Okay. So, stepping out of the away from the burned temple here, and as you continue your way this way, eastward, you you step on the tail of a snake. It was in the grass. So you now find yourself in a fight with a snake.
With my primeval awareness, I can have like interact like basic interactions with beasts. It's like, oh, my bad, just passing through. If you're hungry, I got a good berry for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not hostile, just wasn't paying attention. That
So
I don't know what kind
you
of
do
role that
learn
is.
its basic mood. It's hungry and it's hangry, right? And it doesn't seem to be under the effect of any magic. Um, its short-term needs are both food and safety, and the actions you can take, if any, to persuade it to not attack. Um, if you could scare it, it's pretty convinced that it is in a fight with you already. But if you
Okay.
could scare it away, then you could persuade it to not try to attack you.
Um, I will. Let's see. I will use the staff of bird calls to make a hawk sound,
Nice.
a hawk screech, which is a whole other problem now for the snake.
Sounds like a great reason to roll
And
damage
then
for me.
I flick a good berry off to the side, off to one side, and juke the other way. Everybody likes good berries. I don't care what you eat.
Right.
Did you say intimidate?
Yeah, with advantage
Uh,
with the hawk
okay.
call.
Oh, I'm actually proficient. No, that's investigation. I take it back. Oh, well, I finally rolled decent for the night. That's a 19.
Okay.
That's my one.
Well, you
That's
give the hawk call and step to the side, and it immediately feels like it's no longer a fight, and it's now just afraid, and it, dives into the grass and rubble here to hide, and you successfully avoid the confrontation with poison snake. There you go.
yeah, it lives here. I'm just passing through. I'm not going to be a dick.
Okay, so people spread out, and we had our primary here. Azaka comes back after searching the tents. You've made your loop up the hill and back down. After a few minutes, you've searched through the camp here, and I will give like the overview, and if we want any more information, we can dig in there. Okay, so looking over the report over from Stormfang, she tells you, looking through the tents, it's clear that they've been already emptied out by someone. It does seem that there was um, lots of slashed open tents, claws, and weapons, and I don't think anything here is worth using any further. Not only full of holes, but mildew, jungle rot. You had
I,
looked over
I
the
would counter with mending and prestidigitation if we can salvage anything.
possibly. If so, if you can recover, it might be good for a spare sale. You looked over the.
I certainly wouldn't wear it, knowing where it's been. But we can sell it.
You looked over the burned out shrine. You had looked through the and freed the axe freak from the animal pens, and spotted up here is the latrines, and then of course, like the centerpiece, that is the very giant shrine. And the shrine itself stands out, not only physically over the ridge, and it's a huge size, because it's like 80 feet tall, but it's in the Choltian garb, and it looks very old. It's been here for a while.
Cagey old undead hunter that he is, Wayne is willing to do the gross thing and check the latrines.
Okay.
Zombies hide in that shit. It's a really terrible way to go.
Alright. Well.
I've seen that movie.
Dun dun dun. Go ahead and give me a spot or investigate.
Anybody want to give me a hand? No? Don't blame me.
Someone should go clear
A
the
9.
floors.
Yeah, Alex will help.
My arms aren't long
Alex
enough.
will help.
Sorry.
He's flying. He's not touching anything.
Yeah? Okay, well then I'll take that advantage. Does it help? Good. Second roll I've gone through. $14 total.
Okay. Well, checking out the latrines, you see that other than being left open, they are no worse for wear. But you do catch a gleam as the reflection of the sunlight down the hole below, and you do see an armored figure laying in the mud.
Call of that family show. Ho there.
Weeks dead.
Ho there.
Has the Templar color on the shoulders.
Now, if we leave you here, you're gonna be the zombie. I'll poke it and make sure it's not undead yet. Like, give it a with the staff.
Right.
See if it grumbles about it.
Well, it's what did you roll for that? How about I'll let you just tell me. You poke it and clearly advanced decay and a lot of gross and associated fresh unpleasant smells. Forth. That's gross.
I mean, yep. Put it. Yeah, I'll go. I'll. So, I will. Just soak a rag in water. I was trying to think of something cool in my alchemy jug that I could use, but all I could think was vinegar, and that's not going to work. Uh,
Ooh.
but yeah, I'll just like put a rag on it and do it and haul it up.
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
the wizard could do like mage hand or unseen servant or something. Go down and
Yeah.
grab it if you need a minute.
Yeah. If anybody wants to give a hand, I mean, it's more than 5 pounds, but
That'll
yeah,
tie the rope.
we don't want to leave this in there. I mean,
That'll tie the rope.
aside from
Between the two of
proper
you,
burial,
some mage hand and some rope, and get it
Should we burn
around,
it?
and
I mean,
pull it out.
the
But
lunatic can do a funeral ceremony.
That's a
so you
special kind of incense offering for the temple.
So you pull it up and out, and as it kind of like pulls out, you see it's like coming apart as you're pulling on it, and there's a whole bunch of grossness. So it remains as remains.
Well, good. Yeah, I'll have the lunatic will start preparing a funeral ceremony ritual.
Okay. It goes and
If we find any others, we should do so as well. Just no, to keep from adding to the undead population.
and with the camp now cleared, several of the guides, are now off the boat and setting up like a camp. They're like, we should cook some breakfast. And Ferrul says, maybe make some beds. I'd love to sleep on a better bed than a roll. Straw bed might be
Roken,
nice.
did you check the temple, the gate? That did we have we
I
gone in
haven't
there?
yet. I can now.
Indeed. And
All right.
as you start to walk up, I do want to offer one verbal piece before we continue.
All right, so I roll what? That's been a while.
It would be an investigation. Or no, you can also make a spot check, right? You can make a spot. So,
Well, investigation is my strong, so I'll go that direction on it.
it was...
I have too many tabs open. Okay. So I got a 24
Nice.
on investigation.
Nice. Okay. So, I will have that result there for you in just a moment. And we have yes, okay. I want to make sure I have the right piece. So, Iku speaks up as she steps off next to Ferrul and a flask of wine. She says, "This shrine is has a story that goes with it. There's a story from mythology. Perhaps as we make we'll share our breakfast, and I'll share the story with you." So preparations are made, and 5 minutes later, you're eating some breakfast, and Iku stands and tries to orate the story for you. In the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of a river, frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the water and asked, "What troubles you, cousin man?" And man said, I must cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone, because it teems with your brethren. The crocodile replied, It's true, you would not be safe, but I will carry you across the river safely on my back, if you promise to return the favor. Man agreed, and Crocodile bore him safely across the water. When they reached the far bank, Man asked, How can I repay you? And Crocodile replied, I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone, because it teems with your brethren. You must carry me on your back across your realm. Man had been tricked, but a promise is a promise, and so he carried Crocodile safely on his back. And thus, the story of keeping your promises, and we have this giant statue in their honor. Now, Camp Righteous was
story.
set up here because it's very visual. This thing stands; it can be seen for some distance away. But I didn't come here to see the Templars. I came here because I need to go inside, and hopefully, you will see me through. And I will pause us at that moment. We'll do our short few minute break here. Make sure my broadcasting software doesn't crash on me. And with that, we will be back in just a few minutes. So stay tuned and watch part 2. And see you soon.
Just a
Hold on.
crocodile with a human mount.